5 sex dreams that does not indicate spiritual spouse. Fear not, you don't have spiritual spouse if you have this type of sex in the dream. Not all the dreams are as a result of spiritual spouse. By God's grace, in today's video, I wish to share with you how to differentiate sex in the dream that represents that you have spiritual spouse and the sex in the dream that is actually showing that you don't have spiritual spouse. Most of the time, because of how deadly our spiritual spouse is and how they causes blockages, hindrances, pollution in the life of a victim and make things never to work out in the life of that victim, and also because one of the easy way to dictate or discover if somebody has spiritual spouse is actually through having fun in the dream. We tend to summarize every dream we have that involves sex as if it is because you have spiritual spouse. Believe me, there are certain sex you have in the dream that is not as a result of spiritual spouse. Why there are even people that have spiritual spouse yet they never have sex in the dream, those ones are the most dangerous one. It's even better you see yourself having sex in the dream so that you know the cause of your problem and know how to solve it, than you are not having fun in the dream yet you are plagued with spiritual spouse. It may be that they have closed your eyes spiritually. You don't dream about it. That even if you dream every other dream, when it comes to that one, they will close your eyes. You will never see it. So if you follow me to the end of today's video, I will explain this more. Then in collaboration with some of the videos I made in the past about spiritual spouse, you'll be able to know the difference and know what to do to free yourself, because take it or leave it, any sex in the dream also bring pollution of your spirit, and one way or the other is sinful and attracts negativity, poverty and bad luck, and so each of them still need to be cleansed off. But you have to know the difference, because the one of just having sex in the dream is a minor issue, but when it has to be spiritual spouse, that is where more issue is attached to it. So if only you follow me to the end of today's video, you get this information. But before then, please give this video a thumbs up. If this is the very first time you are landing in this channel, you are highly welcome. Please kindly hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. For my new timers, thank you for being part of the family. Always comment, share the video, and give likes to each of the video. So press the like button now and God will bless you. So without wasting time, let's dive in. You see, a dream is a kind of symbolic representation of one's subconscious emotions or aspect of one's physique or one's physical life. You know, dream one way or the other come as a result of business. Whatever you meditate or think about a lot in your physical life, you tend to dream. Let's take for instance, if you finish watching film now and maybe there are a lot of sex scenes in that particular film, and then that is why, or watching video, that is why I told you that every part of your sensory organ are portals, like your eyes, like your ears, nose, mouth are portals, even your skin, how you feel. Now during that time that you are watching those videos, that's why you have to stay away from pornography. It defies your spirit, is very bad. And then some of these Nigerian movie of these days, you will notice that most of them are characterized with sex scene. So let's assume you finish watching any of the Nollywood or Hollywood or whatever wood movies, you will notice that maybe you just finish watching it and go and sleep and you saw some sex scene in that film. One way or the other, when you go to sleep, you can easily dream of having sex in the dream. What actually brought that particular sex is not because you have a spiritual spouse. Just know that whatever your subconscious absorb is what play out in your dream and comes also in your reality. So one way or the other, you are bound to dream of having sex. And if you don't control that emotion, physically you will begin to feel lost. and you will begin to experience loss, that one way or the other you still begin to feel having indiscriminate sex, especially if you're a single person, which is not good. You will notice that after that period, maybe for a long time, you never dream of sex again. But when it is a spiritual spouse, you will notice that one way or the other, it reflects a relationship with supernatural spiritual being that you don't even have control over. That whether you want to think about sex or you don't think about sex, you will go to sleep and see yourself having sex. Sometimes you may be a female and you see yourself having sex with your fellow female. You may be a male having sex with male, or having sex with female, as the case may be. Just know that spirits don't have gender. They manifest themselves in different ways having the sex. When you see such dream, it means that you have a spiritual spouse, especially when it is frequent. And another thing is, you are a young lady that's supposed to get married, you are not getting married, you're a young man, nobody is a kind of agreeing to marry you, and you notice that nothing you are putting hand is actually working, and it's not generally your family that you will say that it is a kind of a generational cause. It is as if it's only you that is single out and suffering. Even if you are not having sex in the dream, my dear, go and break spiritual spouse. Maybe spiritual spouse that is locking all your doors, and then close your eyes so that you will not find out, because once you find out, you will be able to cast them out. You'll be able to deal with them, because like I told you, that it's only human being that God gave power to operate in this physical plane, in this physical realm. So they want to close your eyes spiritually so that you cannot deal with them physically, knowing fully well that when you are having spiritual power and you happen to have given birth in the spiritual world, the same way you need to take care of your physical children, you buy them food, you buy them clothes, you pay school fees and so on, is the same way you are obligated to take care of them. So one way or the other, they are siphoning your resources. That's why you see yourself suffering hardship. And also the same way that you must, one way or the other, take care of your spouse. That is why they are causing havoc in your relationship, making sure you don't get married. Even if you are married, every time you're having crisis with your partner, because they want that marriage to be separated because of jealous. So if you notice that you are having constant issues in your relationship, even if you are not dreaming about spiritual spouse, my dear, it might be spiritual spouse. You need to break away from spiritual spouse. I'm going to pin some of my videos about breaking out from spiritual spouse. You do it and you will be free. Again, one of the reasons why you might actually be dreaming about sex and might not be spiritual spouse is being a matured person. Let's say you are up to the age to get married, you have not gotten married, and sometimes we are human beings. You have emotions, you have thoughts, you have feelings. So whenever you nurture maybe feeling, how I wish I'm already married, I feel like having sex, I am feeling emotion. In fact, like a man, my thing is standing, hey, how I wish I'm already married, let me just exercise self-control. You try to suppress that emotion to a great extent, you might have dream of sex. That does not mean you have spiritual power. All you need to do whenever you have such dream, get up. That's why cleansing is continuous. We don't finish cleansing. Get one of my cleansing video. I'm going to post some of them that are versatile in this particular video. All you need to do is just do cleansing, and that is it. And then remove your mind from sex, and then use that energy of thinking about sex to think about positive manifestation of wealth, and pray that God in due season will bless you with your own spouse. So this kind of dream may not be because you have spiritual spouse. Another one is that you might also be married, but because one way or the other you feel like having affair with your a kind of a husband, especially for women, and because some women are shy, they don't have that effrontery to go and approach the man, which I made that video that you have the right to approach your man if you're having such feelings. And then one way or the other, the man did not also notice you don't know how to seduce your man too. This is one of the reasons why a kind of side chick are busy collecting our husbands. They go to shop, they go to office, they come and seduce them, do some shakara, wear some seductive dress. You that own the man don't even know how to do that. You need to apply some of those strategies. I make some videos here in this channel. If I can find it, I'll pin it under the comment section for you to watch. So maybe because you are feeling it, but you don't know how to get your man into the mood to do it, and then at the end of the day, you sleep with such emotion, you are about to have dream where you're having sex. It might even be with another person. That's why I say mind your thought. Whatever you think carries energy. Now, energy of having sex, one spiritual entity or the other will certainly come and have sex with you in the dream. And if you don't control it, if you continue, that one will now decide to marry you. But once you get up and do cleansing one way or the other and reject it, one way or the other, that being may never come again. And this is what happens generally in our life. Even if you are poor and you are believing God for riches, every time you are thinking about poverty, it's poverty you'll be manifesting. That's why I say replace those negative things you see around you with positivity. You are the kind of believing God to get married. Every time you are seeing yourself that you are single, asking why am I still single, you will continue manifesting it. But when you begin to see abundance, when you begin to see a married woman already, you will marry. So the same thing, law of attraction, hidden existing in the universe, controls everything. So when you think about sex and you wish you have sex, you did not have, you go and sleep, there is 10 chances that you will have dream where you're having sex. That does not mean that you have spiritual spouse. Just go up and do cleansing and try not to make that mistake of thinking about sex. If you need it, that is why you are married. Bible says defraud not one another. In other words, your husband have no right to defraud you, to refuse. You don't have right, but you need to make him understand that you need it, and then he will give it to you. Likewise the man. Another thing that can actually make you to have dream of sex is simply subconscious expression. Once you start thinking about sex, whether you are married or not married, but suddenly something happened that made you to start thinking about sexual thoughts, sexual desires, especially the time you are about to sleep. This is what happens mostly. You are bound to have sex in a dream. That is why when you're about to sleep, I made video about how to use sleep to manifest something. Think about positive something that you need solution to it, and you will surely dream better dream and not sex dream. The last but not the least is some psychological factors. Stress, unmet desires can actually cause you to have sex. Let's say suddenly you break up from your marriage, you break up from your boyfriend or girlfriend or what I call same partner, because sex is only legal in the confines of marriage. All this relationship that is outside marriage, God is not in support. I have to tell you the truth. So maybe you have a same partner, a sex partner that you suddenly break away from because of that psychological effect they have on you. Maybe from time to time you remember good old days, how two of you have been cuddling and doing some sexual activities. You are bound to go to sleep dreaming about sex. So the only way you will stop dreaming about sex, and then you'll be able to differentiate if the dream you have is from spiritual spouse or not, is try to silence your mind from thinking about sex, especially when you're about to go to sleep. Only think about positivity. And if there is somebody that you are close to, maybe working with, maybe you are a boss, a secretary, is only wearing seductive dress, even though you're a Christian, you try everything possible not to have anything to do with that person, but the person is making you to feel uncomfortable. Call that person to order. Tell the person to dress well and not be a seducer. So because going to have sex in the dream, whether as somebody that has spiritual spouse or as one that doesn't have, all of them causes pollution, causes God to be far away from you. That is why once you wake up, you must do spiritual cleansing immediately and separate yourself. So if you know all those energies that is bringing sex dream, all those films you watch, those novels you read, the books you are reading, get rid of it. Because if the having sex in the dream becomes continuous, a time will come it will graduate to spiritual spouse. It's just like people that are working in office, and then one thing led to the other. Both will always have one night stand with one of the workers. One at a time will come, the boss will want it to be almost permanent, even if it's a married person and the lady is single. That's why I also want ladies that uses sex to go and secure job. Prepare to maintain that same job with sex. So it's better you don't start it at all. Likewise, don't allow the sex dream to start at all, because it can actually graduate into spiritual spouse. So please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe, hit the bell notification so as to get my next upload. Comment on this video, share this video and channel to everyone. I'm actually be helping a lot of people. As this, so may God bless you.